Hi everybody, Greg Rust here for Motorsport New Zealand with another Kiwi catch-up. Our recent guest, Liam Lawson, was overseas when we tracked him down, and ordinarily today's guest would be doing the same, but he's actually on this side of the ditch in hotel quarantine, but he's just won the Bathurst 1000. Shane van Gisbergen, hello and congratulations.
Hey mate, good to see you.
That's terrific. What does, after... It's been well documented, Shane, how close you've come on occasion to finally clinch it. It must mean the world, does it?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a pretty cool race win to add to the tally, but definitely the biggest one I've ever had. But it was still on a high. It's over a week ago now, but still feels pretty fresh. So it's making this hotel quarantine go by.
Well, that was my next question to you. Has that part of it been a little bit surreal because it's quiet time? So do you have a chance to sort of reflect on it?
Oh, not really. I haven't sort of, tried to let it sink in yet. Still just chilling. But it's crazy feeling. It was weird not having anyone there. Normally Dad's got a good group of friends, and I got a good group of friends who come every year and party and quarantine, come and camp. So it was a real shame for them not to be there. So we've got a pretty cool get-together organised next weekend when I get out. So looking forward to that.
We'll talk about that very shortly. Shane, sometimes in life, fairy tale things happen, obviously with Holden bowing out of supercars in an official capacity. To think that a company which has had such a strong presence in Australia and New Zealand over the years, that a Kiwi partnered with an Aussie driver in the Commodore could do it on its last official appearance like that at the mountain. Very, very special.
Yeah, pretty awesome. And, Garth's been with Holden all of his career, and then myself being, the factory, being part of the factory team the last 3 years has been awesome. So, to send it off on its last official race is pretty cool. But, and that moment at the end, seeing the guy with the flag and holding the flag up, I can't believe how much coverage that's had. It's pretty awesome shots.
Tell me a little bit more about that, because that was a really cool thing to do for the send-off in many respects, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's I thought about doing a big skid, but there was no one really to do it for. Just a couple of coppers. I didn't want to do that. But, coming down the hill, I saw him going crazy over the side of the fence. So, stopped, called him over, and, managed to do it. So, I don't know where the flags ended up, though. It fell off the stick as I tried to pull it back in, and no one's owned up to it yet. So, hopefully they do the right thing, but pretty cool souvenir.
Yeah, absolutely. Might be sitting in a man cave somewhere. Hey, did you allow yourself the chance to think about it toward the end of the race? I mean, given how close you've come in the past, the heartbreak, which has been well documented, was there a point where you thought, I might actually do this, or did you just go lap by lap and not think about it?
Yeah, like your mind wanders, but I didn't really think about the end result. It was more like, gosh, stuff always seems to happen. I was like, oh shit, what's going to happen now? When's something going to go wrong? And of course, the safety cars came out, and that made it pretty tense at the end. But Shippy was really good, and I made it clear to him I need a bit of help keep him focused. And he was talking to me and sort of edging me on, and he stopped giving me a lap count, which was good. He's sort of 40 laps to go and 30 not. I didn't want to know that. So he was saying the right things and keeping me focused. And the hardest part was Cam was really good on cold tyres, especially out of the pits. He was always a bit quicker, and after the restarts. So certainly had to be on it in those points.
It's good that you bring up people like Grant McPherson and some of the people in the team that you work with. Obviously, COVID's created, Shane, a lot of challenges for the sport this year, for teams generally, just for people that are embedded in the sport, the constituents. What was that like to deal with, and to some of the limitations that the sport understandably placed on you guys to get around and to deal with that?
Yeah, well, obviously there was a shutdown for a few months, but then since it started, it's just been all go. So it hasn't been too bad for the Queensland teams. A few weeks away. I really feel for the Victorian ones, but for us, our team atmosphere was really good, and everyone bonded really well, and the way we worked together was really cool. So I did have a few bad rounds, in Darwin and Townsville with some car issues. But once we got through that, I think the second Townsville, we were on fire. So had some really cool races and some fun times. And yeah, I think for Shippy, he's won Bathurst before, but he was just on it all weekend. And the way, everyone worked together well, but the way us three, myself, Garth, and Shippy worked together was really cool. And the way we chipped away at the car, I guess, wasn't very good on Thursday, but just little changes, nothing drastic, just let it come to us, and it worked really well.
Righto, come on. You and I have worked together over the years on the coverage and things like that. I was there when you were very fortunate to win the championship. Now you've got a Bathurst crown as well. Is there one that feels a little more special, or do you not sort of think that?
Yeah, I've been asked that a lot, and obviously had to think about it. But yeah, I still put the championship well above it. It's a long year's work, and with you guys all year, and it means so much. But yeah, for the short term excitement, I guess Bathurst is awesome, and my phone's been going crazy for a week, and yeah, it is pretty close, I guess, but I still would rather the championship for sure.
You are one of the toughest blokes I know, mate, but I could sense the emotion at the end there. You talked a little earlier in our discussion here about the fact that your mum and dad ordinarily would be there and stuff. Pretty special thing to do, but a little tough at the same time not to have them to share that with you, given that they've done that so often over the years, haven't they? Yeah,
they've been at all the big races, really, and it was a shame that they couldn't be there. But, rung Dad, as soon as I got to my phone afterward, and as much as I could understand him, it was pretty. So, yeah, it was really cool. I think they had a good day at home and a few friends up there. So, yeah, it was pretty exciting to hear him, and then also Mum was stoked as well. So, hopefully in the future they're there and get another good result again while they're there.
Yeah, we hope so too. Hey, just before we move on to a couple of other topics, just tell us how you're getting through the days there. As we speak, I think you're at about the halfway mark of quarantine, so we can obviously see a training bike in the background there. What else have you got to sort of occupy yourself?
That's about it. There's a good coffee machine on the first floor. I've been there a couple of times a day, but got the bike. I really don't enjoy cycling, but my knees are getting old, I guess. So I struggle with the running. So, not that I can run here anyway, but the cycling's good and just keeps moving. But yeah, otherwise it's just watching the days go by. Got a good window, good view of the city and stuff, but it's pretty darn boring.
Was it one of the things I would imagine you did was probably watching Scott Dixon? How good was that for New Zealand motorsport as well?
Yeah, I had that up. Watched the practice qualifying in the race, and Monday morning it was here. I had the radio set up for both Scotties, and it was cool to listen to Scotty and what he was going through learning, but also how methodical Dixie was, with his fuel saving and just managing Newgarden, and the relationship his engineer and him have was really interesting to listen to. But that was a pretty tense race, like all the restarts and how hard those cars are on cold tyres. It was pretty cool to watch, but very tense for sure.
For the youngsters that are watching, Shane, that are perhaps aspiring to be a Scott Dixon or to do what you've achieved with Bathurst in a Supercars Championship, how important was Formula Ford here in New Zealand to you? And I guess a little bit of advice for them if they're thinking about heading down that path.
In my time, those classes were awesome. And now Formula Ford's getting a bit of a resurgence, which is good. I haven't seen much of Formula V lately, but those are two pure racing classes. Formula Ford, we had Earl Bamber, Nelson Hartley, Michael Burdett, a whole bunch of really good drivers, and we had some awesome racing and just pushing each other. And Formula Ford, I really missed that kind of racing and driving. It was really cool. So got a couple of Formula Fords now, and might build up my one again and might have a drive of it. But got a youngster in mind, and I really think that's the best way to start to learn. Get out of karts as quick as possible and go and race some fun stuff. And I think Formula Ford is a really good class to see where the next talent is.
You've alluded to it a little bit there, Matthew McCutcheon, obviously. Tell us a little bit about what you think of him and just that whole mentoring side, Shane, how important you feel that is. Clearly you enjoy a bit of that stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not sure if, I don't know about mentoring yet, but it's a bit scary how similar our backgrounds are. Matt came from quarter midgets. That's how Dad first got to know him. And I think he had our old car and Dad was helping with setup. And then he's gone and won the Formula V scholarship, the Speed Sport scholarship, 15 years or so after me. So, similar sort of background, a lot of speedway, now trying some circuit racing. And, he had his first proper race in North Island series of the Formula Fords and did quite well. But, we're just building it up and letting him, get confident as he goes. And I think the national championship will start soon and see how it goes. But it's cool. He's in an oldish car. He's in the sister car to the one I had. So it's a bit old now, but he's going really well with it. And it's cool to see. But, just that young enthusiasm. He's there working on the car all the time, wanting to know about it, trying to make himself better, playing on the sim all the time, trying new stuff. It's pretty cool to see. But, hopefully he goes on to bigger and better things. But, it's awesome, but it's scary. It's unknown how good he's going to be.
Oh, I love it. I love the similarities. Righto, Battle of Jacks Ridge. We're really excited about this. Bit of rallying. There's rallying blood in your family. We know that. You are going to be involved in this event, and there's some star power, some real Kiwi motorsport star power in this event. Tell us how excited you are about this, and can you shed any light yet on the car and perhaps some details on what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, well, I'm doing the rally the day before as well, so when I get out of here or out of my ISO that weekend, I'm doing some testing and learning about pace notes and all that kind of stuff, and had some good chats with Greg. He's been pretty helpful. He murphed at a rally a couple of years ago, and it's just interesting to know the differences and what you got to watch out for and listen to and learn. And, it's going to be cool to do the rally. I'll be doing that in one of Dad's escorts. So
cool.
Should be a load of fun. So he's actually testing it in a couple of days from now. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. And then hopefully he's going to run it at Jacks Ridge and we might share it there. So should be a bit of fun.
Oh, that's great. We can't wait for it. It's going to be a great event. People can find details about the event online, get there and enjoy the action. There's some big names taking part in it. We've covered some ground in this chat, Shane. What's left on the bucket list that you would like to do? The first thing that springs to mind is things like New Zealand Grand Prix, maybe some other overseas stuff as well. What is there that you'd love to have a crack at?
Well, nothing really. Maybe, just Le Mans. I wanted to go and do that. That was lined up for this year and looking really cool, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But, that's, I don't know. All the stuff I wanted to achieve I have now, which is cool, but I still just want to do it again. Like that feeling and the motivation is as high as ever, to get the championship right next year and to get a good result in that. And, Bathurst is obviously still fresh, but it's a feeling that you just want to have. So, I'm happy where I am. I love the supercars. The future's pretty exciting with the new cars. Hopefully they get that right and keep some of the supercars DNA and keep it awesome. I don't know. I love what I do, so I'm pretty happy.
Good on you. Best job in the world. Righto, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get out of quarantine? Come on.
I get out late Tuesday night, so won't be too much. But I bought a motorbike, so Wednesday morning I'll be going to putting that together and probably running it in that afternoon. Good stuff.
Bit of dirt bike riding. Hey, it's been fantastic to catch up with you. On behalf of everyone that's a constituent for Motorsport New Zealand, be it marshals, licence holders, fellow racers, congratulations. Bathurst winner. You're already a Supercars champion, but Bathurst winner's got a nice ring about it too, and we're glad that you've been able to tick that box, Shane. Well done.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, man.
There he is, Shane van Gisbergen. Great to catch up with him. Don't forget, for licence information, event details near you, for the Motorsport Manual and a whole lot more, you can go to the official website, motorsport.org.nz, and keep an eye on the official social media platforms as well for another Kiwi catch-up real soon.